What is going on, everyone? We are back with another review, and this time we are reviewing Season 1, Episode 31 of the Twilight Zone, and it is called The Chaser. And what's really cool is we are 5 episodes away from being done with the Twilight Zone. So this was directed by Douglas Hayes and based on a short story by John Collier. Teleplay was written by Robert Presnell Jr. They don't have anyone listed as the composer for the music, and the episode was released May 13th, 1960. This is one of the very few that Rod Serling is not even involved with. So Rod Serling is usually at least writing the teleplay. Every now and again you run across one where he doesn't do anything with it, but and the episode just ended up being kind of okay. So to give you guys kind of a rundown of what happened with this episode. So the main guy is in a telephone booth talking and apparently is calling this lady over and over and over again. Her name's Leela, I do believe, if I remember correctly. And eventually a guy that wants to get in the phone booth for an emergency reason gives him a card and says, look, I could tell she doesn't care about you. This is the guy. This is the person that you need to go see. Hands him a card. So he goes and he sees this guy in this almost Men in Black like room, but it's like just full of bookcases. And he walks in, and the guy tries to convince him to buy other potions and stuff like that. He's like, no, I want my Leela to love me the way that I love her. I really care about her, and she doesn't love me at all. And the guy's like, it's always a my Rebecca, my Janet, my Leela. He says, but if that's what you want, it only costs $1. And he had mentioned like the glove cleaner, which is his like unaliving potion that's untraceable, by the way, is $1,000, which kind of puts the guy in a panic a little bit, the main guy. But he finds out that the potion only costs $1 or $1 for the love potion. He buys it, and he goes and visits Leela. He brings over flowers and champagne and a couple of glasses. Knocks on the door. She answers it. She tries to push him out because she doesn't want anything to do with him. He's like, look, I just want 5 minutes of your time. I brought some champagne. There's only enough champagne in this bottle for both of us to have one glass, and I will leave afterwards if you want me to. And she's like, okay. So she goes out. She goes to go put an actual outfit on. And while she's in the other room, he opens the bottle, pours the glasses, spikes it with the love potion, and gives it to her. And it takes a little while to work because she's still trying to get him to leave. But as he's leaving, she stops him, kisses him a couple times, and they go on to do what they do. She falls in love. Transitions into the next scene, and she's like bowed down at his feet while he's reading a book, and she won't stop talking to him, telling him about how much she loves him and things like that. And she's just all over him and not giving him any space. You find out they've been married for like 6 months, and she's just driving him batshit. So he goes and immediately says he has an appointment. He leaves. He goes back to the guy that sold him the potion. The guy was like, I knew you'd be back. I was expecting you. And he was like, is that so? And he's like, yes. I'm guessing you now want the glove cleaner. And he's like, no, is there anything that we can give her that just kind of calms her down a little bit? That's all I really need, is just her to pull back. And he's like, nope, the potion works exactly the way that it intended, and that's the only version of it we got. And he was like, maybe just divert her love a little bit to something different, like maybe a Cocker Spaniel or something. And the guy was like, no. He's like, it only works that way. The only way to get rid of her is the glove cleaner. And he convinces him to buy the glove cleaner. He says, now, please heed my warning. You only get one shot at this, and it has to be all of it. He says, if you don't do it this time, you'll never have the goal to do it again. So he goes home, breaks out a bottle of champagne, pours the drink, pours the glove cleaner in it. And as he's trying to hand it to her, she's joking with him and not drinking it at all. And she says, "So I got a surprise for you." And she holds up a small booty, implying that she's pregnant, that she's knitting. He drops the glass and he's like, "Yeah, I was never going to be able to go through it anyways." And all of a sudden, you see the librarian, like a guy out on the back porch, smoking a pipe, reading the paper. He laughs, disappears, and yeah, that's the end of the story. So, he did refer to as the glove cleaner as the chaser, so to speak, which is where the name of the episode comes from. It was an okay episode. It was slightly predictable. When you went for the love potion, you knew that it was just going to be overbearing. He was going to go back for the chaser, so to speak. So it wasn't anything twist ending like for me, I guess. And I kind of honestly, what I thought was going to happen was he was either going to mess up and drink it himself, or drink it himself anyways. He did not in either way. So I guess the twist ending for me was he decided to stick with it. So yeah, it was just an okay episode. I wish there was more really to go over. There's not though. It was okay. Wish it was at least a little more dark, I guess. But that does bring us, like I said, we're down to 5 more episodes. So in 5 more episodes, we will be done with the Twilight Zone. That is crazy. So anyways, guys, that is going to do it. I love y'all. We'll see you next time. Peace.